1941, a date which will live in infamy. I believe that I interpret the will of the Congress and of the people when I assert that we will not only defend ourselves to the uttermost, but will make it very certain that this form of treachery shall never again endanger us.
President Roosevelt formally requested the Declaration in his infamy speech, addressed to a joint session of Congress and the nation at 12:30 p.m. on December 8, 1941. The Declaration was quickly brought to a vote. It passed the Senate and then passed the House at 1:10 p.m. with only one vote against. President Roosevelt signed the declaration of war on Japan on December 8, 1941, bringing the United States fully into World War II. In hopes to lift the morale and to provide recreational opportunities for military personnel supporting the war, President Roosevelt sought to unite several service associations. This initiative brought together the Salvation Army, YMCA, YWCA, National Catholic Community Services, National Travelers Aid Association, and the National Jewish Welfare Board. United Service Organization. The USO was born in 1941. Though the USO is congressionally chartered and has worked in conjunction with the Department of War and the Department of Defense, it is not a government agency. It relies heavily on contributions and funds, goods and services from corporate and individual donors. Under the direction of Mary Stoutwell Ingram, the USO is an American not-for-profit organization founded in World War II to be a GI's home away from home. It supports Americans' military and their families through its tradition of entertaining troops, providing social facilities, and keeping military members connected to family, home, and country, until everyone comes home. Centers were established quickly. Some were run out of established or newly constructed buildings, while still others were run out of homes, barns, museums and churches, train stations, and beach clubs. Most centers offered recreational activities such as holding dances and showing movies. And there were the well-known free coffee and donuts. Some USO centers provided a haven for spending a quiet moment alone or writing a letter home, while others offered spiritual guidance and made child care available for military wives. But the organization became mostly known for its live performances called camp shows, through which the entertainment industry helped boost the morale of its service men and women. These overseas shows were produced by the American Theater Wing, which also provided food and entertainment for the armed services in their stage door canteens. Perhaps the most recognizable celebrity was Bob Hope. He was there from the start. He was one of the first celebrities to travel overseas into the war zone. Other early celebrities included Irving Berlin, Al Jolson, Dinah Shore, band leader Glenn Miller, Judy Garland, Mickey Rooney, Jack Benny, Danny Kaye, and Joan Crawford. When the war ended on September 2, 1945, it seemed the USO wasn't needed any longer. That was until the Korean War in 1950. Bob Hope was the first to sign back up and get the show back out to the troops. Other celebrities like Jane Mansfield, Marilyn Monroe, and the Rockettes were quick to step in line. The USO also brought celebrities out to the Vietnam War, the Gulf War, the war in Afghanistan, and the war in Iraq. The USO still provides services to our military families till this day. The American spirit is what brought us together to help defeat an enemy. Individually, we are successful, but together, we are unstoppable. So continue to tell our stories. It's what makes us strong. It's what makes us remember where we came from and where we want to be. So again, thank you so much for your time, and thank those servicemen for theirs.